Every year, CPMs on Meta continue to rise, Google gets more and more competitive, and D2C stores are slowly getting squeezed out of more and more profit. So it's more important than ever to look at really optimizing your revenue instead of just spending more on ads. After all, if you're just netting a couple $100,000 or $100,000 on $10 million a year in sales, is it really all worth it? In this video, I'm going to share tips and tactics on how you can claw back more profit for your business, and I'm going to break down tactics both pre-purchase, post-purchase, and beyond that. And the fourth thing I'm going to share is something that pretty much none of the brands that we work with are doing until they start working with us, but it can easily increase your AOV almost instantly. Okay, so if you've hit $1 million a year in revenue, odds are you've either got a really great organic following, or more than likely you're running some sort of paid ads, or maybe a little bit of both. Either way, clicks, views, and impressions mean nothing to you unless you can trade that attention for dollars in your bank account. What we want is to move people down the funnel from the awareness phase to consideration to conversion. One of the best ways to do that is just to get them into your ecosystem in the first place. Whether it's a Facebook group, a school group, or your email list or something like that, you want to start by getting people off platform and start building a relationship with them off the platform that you're advertising on. Most brands have a pop-up to capture emails, some sort of offer, and like a welcome series, but most just stop here. If your pop-up looks anything like this or like this, please stop. If you can increase your opt-in rates by over 50%, you get 50% more people into your flows, you get 50% more people into your campaigns, you get more revenue and more profit from the same amount of traffic. So where we recommend starting is having a compelling offer, having 2 to 3 data fields at most, collecting some zero-party data, which is key, and then making a strong call to action. Just like some sort of compelling reason to get people to do the thing you actually want them to do. The zero-party data piece here is absolutely key and will lead to more profit for your brand. If you ask people just one question while they're submitting their email in the pop-up, usually I recommend this being something along the lines of the desired outcome that they're looking for from your brand. But if you can do this, then you can create tailored email flows that address that specific need of the specific individual instead of just having more of like a blanket approach. Now, if you want to hire someone to do this for you, we help 7- and 8-figure D2C brands increase revenue and profit from email marketing and SMS. There's a link just below this video if you'd like to apply. On to the next one. So starting with the pop-up will help you grow your owned media. But what we also want to do is make sure that your website is running at full steam. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a bunch of traffic and emails, but a marginal increase in the sales at most. Now, I just had a call with my buddy who runs a multi-7-figure e-commerce brand the other day, and he mentioned that he was struggling with profitability. So I dove in, took a look, and found 2 things. If he were to improve his website conversion rate by 20%, or if he were to decrease his CPM on Meta by 20%, he would be very profitable. The next thing is if he fixed 1, number 2 there would automatically happen because Meta rewards companies that have a positive user experience. So if people are going to your site and purchasing, i.e. you have a higher conversion rate than other people, Meta is way more likely to reward you with lower CPMs. Now, instead of focusing on making massive, huge changes, what I recommended to him was just focusing on changing the thing with the biggest bottleneck. For him, his add to cart rate was good, but then after that, the abandoned checkout rate was way higher than it should be for industry average. So here we focused all of our energy on improving that one thing. What was that one thing that if you can focus on that today, it'll move the needle forward for your brand? When you're doing this, be as specific as humanly possible. Honestly, neither of these first 2 things actually matter unless you have a great product. If you don't, focus on that first. If you do, the first way to increase profit post-purchase is a very long-lasting one. Now, the second will almost immediately increase revenue, and I'm going to share that with you in just a moment here. Don't be one of those brands whose thank you email is just like, hey, thanks for your order, or like the Shopify default, or God forbid, hey, review our shit that you still haven't received. It's super cringe, and it's going to piss people off more than it is going to get you good reviews. Now, most brands drop the ball here, so it's really easy to stand out, especially if you have a consumable product or something that people can fuck up if they don't use right. For example here, if you sell a skincare product to help eliminate acne, what are some of the things that the customer needs to do to make sure that they have the highest likelihood of success? If you sell workout supplements, how can you make sure that people actually achieve their desired result from there? Then make sure people actually get the most out of your products. Customers will have way more success with your products, they'll achieve their desired results, and they'll be way more likely to come back and purchase from you again and again. And they'll probably tell their friends. Now, the second way to increase your revenue almost immediately that I mentioned there is to have a post-purchase upsell. Now, the best time to sell people more is immediately after they just purchased from you for the first time. You can either have an upsell add-on to their existing order, or you can just make it a separate order. There's apps that do this for you depending on what you want. Now, what you are going to sell is going to really depend on what your product is. So if you have a consumable product like skincare or supplements, upsell the most expensive thing that they just bought. They want it already, so just give them more of it. Now, if this doesn't work, upsell them with a complementary product. Depending on how many product SKUs you have, you may want to build out custom upsells for certain products as well. If you have like one product that does 80% of your revenue and you know everyone who buys this product will probably want this other product, great opportunity there. Now, if you sell products that are just more like one-time purchasers, upsell either a complementary product or upsell buying another one at a discounted price as a gift for a friend. You can pretty much test an infinite number of combinations here, especially if you have a lot of product SKUs. But what I'd recommend doing is just starting with what I mentioned, testing there, and then seeing what works for your brand specifically. Okay, so if you've made it this far, great. The last piece of the puzzle that I'm going to share with you today to increase your profit is introducing a loyalty program. So especially if you've got a consumable product here, building out a loyalty program can just help you keep existing customers coming back. It can help increase your AOV, and it can just gamify the whole process for people. It just makes it a lot more fun for them to buy. There's a bunch of different loyalty programs that you can use, and which one is right for you really just kind of depends on how robust of a program you want to build out and what you sell as well. But it's a really great opportunity to really take things to the next level. Anyways, I hope you got a lot out of this video. And if you do have an e-commerce store doing at least $50,000 a month in revenue, I'd invite you to apply to work with us just below this video. If you do have any requests for future videos as well, feel free to ping me in the comments below too. Thanks so much and have a great day.